Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're about a week post Carlisle, so what I want to do today is give you guys an update how the trip went. More importantly, go over with you a brief history about the event. So originally I planned to do a vlog style from the car on my trip out to Pennsylvania. I did that, but unfortunately the audio I had wasn't loud enough. There was a lot of wind noise from the outside coming inside of the car, even with all the windows rolled up. So apologies for that. So you get me today for a bit of filming here in the garage to go over some history of the event, and also we'll go over how the car did and how the event for 2020 was, and also a glimpse into what we're planning for 2021. So with that, let's get to it. All right. So a lot of you had asked me in the past and at the event this year, where did the event originate? How did the Audi Club come to fruition? And how long has the event been going on for the Audi Club? So things started in 2004 on the Audi World forums, mainly on the 4000 Coupe GT forum. There was talk about an existing event in Pennsylvania, and that it might be a good chance for some of us who have never met before to meet there in May and to see how things went. So we did that. I think the first year we had around maybe 15 to 20 cars. There was good prep beforehand because we wanted to prepare for food and to make sure we were well prepared for the weekend. So at the time, Morgan handled a lot of, almost all of the coordination and getting people together for what can we bring, what do we need to have to eat, silverware, food stuff of that nature. So it was kind of just a, let's try it and see what happens. And that's what we did. We met there in 2004. We had, like I said, roughly about 15, 20 cars. A very interesting time, very good weekend. And then I think it was well known at that time, we decided that we will make this a yearly thing. So that's what we did. Every year since 2004, the event has progressed, and there have been, shenanigans every year, things going on every year. So the event is, like I said, in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. It's about 8 hour drive for me one way. People have come to the event from, I flew in from Vegas, they've trucked their car from Texas. A lot of people have come to the event over the years since 2004. I was going through some photos today, which I'll put up here on the video. Really took it back to how the event was, how small it started, and even to, we got bigger and bigger to where we had, lunch was on Saturday, and we had a big soiree with people cooking food in the club tent, and that's something we want to get back to for 2021, which I'll go into later. But it's just neat to see how the event has evolved, how many people have come to the event since we started, and it just puts a smile on my face. And hearing some of the stories even this year about how things have gone over the years is a good thing. So like I said, the event has grown in popularity. People know when you say Carlisle what you're talking about from an Audi perspective. But it hasn't come without its own challenges. So a lot of planning started on the forums, Audi World and Quattro World. As forums started to decrease in traffic due to other social media platforms, it became tougher to coordinate lunches and food and people contributing in that nature. So that's something we want to get back to for 2021. I'll go into some more specifics about what we're going to do for that. But if you have not been before, it's definitely something you want to experience if you're an Audi owner. Talk to people that have been. I will actually post up a video below that our friend Adam had done in 2009. He had done some interviews for some of us and really got a good feel from us who have helped put the event on, and also who have attended, what the event is like. So watch the video. That it's kind of an old video, about 10 years old. But one thing remains the same are, the amazing people that show up, the cars that show up. The weekend is a fantastic time to get together. So with that, that's a brief history about the event. It's pretty haphazard, but every single year, I think there's only a handful of us that have been there every year since 2004. That just goes to show you that, people are committed to going to the event, are committed to sharing time with others, other enthusiasts, and really enjoying the time. So like I said, I'll link that video down below. so you can kind of see what things were like back around 10 years ago. And then hope you guys can join us for 2021. All right, 2020. What happened this year at Carlisle? A lot of things. So first of all, pandemic, of course, created scheduling, different schedule for us this year. Normally it's in mid-May. This year, all the events from Carlisle events got pushed back. So ours got pushed back to mid-August, which is fine. It just is a different thing that we're all used to. From a temperature perspective, it was warmer in the tent this year than it was it being May. And just a different feel. I mean, normally you're used to driving out here in May and enjoying time with friends and all the camaraderie. It was just different. But one thing that wasn't different is that Saturday, the main day of the show, things felt normal. Like the show field was packed full of cars, a lot of people there, maintaining social distancing, wearing masks as we should. But that's one thing that I really commend Carlisle events on, is that the event felt like Carlisle to me. So that was really good. So my trip specifically, I left Wednesday around 1, headed to Pittsburgh to stay with some friends there. And then I left Pittsburgh Thursday morning, early afternoon, on my way to Carlisle. I made a quick pit stop at Will's place, checked out some of his cars and his homestead there, and then we got some other stuff for Carlisle Prep. Thanks to him for doing the shirts this year. We've had shirts every single year we've had the event since '04, so really want to thank Will for taking that on and making sure the shirts happen this year. After we got supplies, got some food, and then I went back to the Fairgrounds to set camp. And it was weird this year being the only Audi Club member that was there Thursday night, setting up camp and kind of enjoying the evening. So that was a bit surreal to me. I hadn't done that before, but it was really good to see other people camping, other people enjoying the evening. But it was different than our normal cast of crew we had normally there on Thursday night. Friday rolls around and you wake up, usually go to guest services to get your goodie bag, and then the show starts happening. People start rolling in. The Audi part of the show field is right front and center as you go into gate 3. So you get to see cars coming in, parking. You get to meet and greet new people. We had, I guess, a handful of new people this year. I guess about 7 or 8 people that have never been to the show before. That was really promising. I know I talked to a couple that were from California and migrated back to the PA area, and they're really excited about the show, given that even though we had the pandemic going on, they were really excited to see enthusiasts here and very excited to bring their Type 43 5000 next year. So that was really good to hear and good to see, along with all the other individuals that came that were new to the show. There was good feedback about how things were laid out from Carlisle events, and all the people that they ran into from the Audi Club were fantastic. So if you came to the show, you met new people, good job. Bring the attitude next year, so people keep coming back. That's one thing that really sets us apart, is all the friendly camaraderie and all the people here for the same purpose, is to enjoy the weekend. Audi enthusiasts, look at each other's cars and just enjoy what's going on. So the rest of the day was spent walking around the fairgrounds, looking at other clubs, other cars. Carlisle does have what they call a passport, where you walk around to other areas of show field. You meet with some of the passport event girls, I'll call them, and they give you a stamp on your passport, and you get enough stamps, you go back to guest services, and they give you a Carlisle pint glass. So definitely something that's fun to do. It forces you to walk around, which I think is great because there's more than just Audis at the show. So we walked around and did that for a while and got a taste of what other clubs were there this year. Of course, Saab and Volvo usually dominate, but it was fantastic to walk around. Also the swap meet, we did that as well on Friday. So those two things alone do take up part of the day, along with meeting and greeting with the people at the Audi tent. The rest of Friday and the evening spent, like I said, around the Audi tent. Then some of us went to Desperate Times. There's a brewery right a short walk from the fairgrounds. Got some grub, got some drinks, went back, hung out for a bit, cashed out for the night, to get ready for the main day on Saturday. Saturday rolls around, and typically we'd have the breakfast at Mechanicsburg, the dealership. Not happening this year, of course, because of the pandemic, but we did drive by the dealership Thursday night. The new one, it's really nice. So I think hopefully next year, if things go as planned, we'll hopefully be there for the breakfast Saturday morning. It's really nice. It's gorgeous at night. So looking forward to experiencing that next year. But Saturday's much like Friday, just with more people, more cars. Helped diagnose issues with some people's cars. Checked out what projects they have lined up for their car coming up. Wintertime, and just you get to see and greet people you haven't met before. So hear the stories, how they got into the cars, how they got the car they have now. Those are things that I really enjoy and that other people enjoy really partaking in this weekend. So those are some things that happen on Saturday, along with the usual fare of grabbing lunch somewhere, eating with your friends, still making laps around the show field, seeing what other cars are there on Saturday. There's always a mix between Friday and Saturday sometimes. Carlisle Events had the drifting contest going on, which was fun to hear. They had the low car limbo as well. That was neat to kind of walk there and see what's going on there. And of course, the vendors. The vendors are always there as well. Might be some different stuff than they had on Friday, so always something to consider doing if you're there. All right, Sunday rolls around, and that's usually the time that a lot of us have to head home because it's a long drive for some of us. Like I said, around 8 hours for me. Other people drive further than that. I woke up early. It rained overnight, so I had to get my tent set up or packed up and ready to go. I did have to meet Will in the morning to grab a few parts. I had to drop a B4 dash off in Ohio to somebody, so I did that. But the trip back was uneventful. Very good. Ran into some rain, really heavy rain actually in mid-Ohio. Other than that, car did flawlessly. I was a little nervous driving out there with just redoing the fuel system up under the car. No leaks. Car did great. Aside from no air conditioning, I was super comfortable. Car did great in the turnpike, and no issues there. All right, some brief stats on the trip for the car. Total driving time for myself in the 4000, 16 hours and 51 minutes. We averaged about 25.2 miles per gallon, and the average speed for the car was 61 miles an hour. Now, granted, this is with the trip computer telling us what's happening, but I say that's somewhat accurate. The odometer, of course, does not work in the car, but I think given the condition of the motor, it's in great shape, and how often I had to fill up, I think it holds true to the 25 miles a gallon. It's pretty accurate. The car did great, so happy with that, happy to get home. And then got home, Sunday after dropping that dash off, unloaded the car quick, and then that was pretty much it. So Carlisle 2020 is a wrap. It was a great year, different year, of course, without some people there and the event being in a different month, but a lot of good feedback from people to help us plan for 2021. I will say it was great to see all the new people, like I mentioned earlier. Always having new people show up to the event is a huge plus, and really thank those who made the trip out who are new. That was fantastic. Hope to see you guys again next year. All right, so what is next? 2021, Carlisle 2021. It is here before we know it. It'll be here before we know it. Mid-May, I think the dates are the 14th to the 16th. So, of course, we don't know what's going to happen in the world then with the pandemic, but those are the dates that they have slated now. One thing that we did already start, we put a Facebook group together, Carlisle Audi Club. If you're not a member already, go on Facebook, become a member. There will be news and posts about the event there for our club. Another thing that we're going to be doing is setting up a website. I've wanted to do this in years past, haven't done it. I did talk with some people at Carlisle this year and have a few emails floating around. The website will help with a few things, with helping coordinate and have merchandise available. We've had shirts on the website in the past. I also want to get some form of counter of some sorts for people that want to do dinner. Historically, you would email an email box I would manage, and I'd have to write down how many people are going to be at dinner. And with not a lot of people using forums anymore, it's tough to gauge who's even coming to dinner. So the website will help with that as well, get an accurate count from Market Cross on Friday night. And also it'll just be a place, again, for information. As the show comes near, well, the Facebook group and also the website available for you guys to visit for the information for the show. All right, so with that, we'll close things out. I want to thank everybody who was able to attend the event. If you couldn't, I totally 100% understand, no problem. The event's always going to be there, so look for it next year. Now, if you guys have been to the event in the past, comment below some of your favorite memories, some of your favorite stories. Always love to hear and see those things, so put those down below, and then we'll keep cracking on the 4,000. We got a lot of things I want to get done. Thankfully, you know, show season, which was Carlisle for me, is over, so I don't really need the car to go anywhere, so we'll get some things going on it. We'll bring you guys along, and then we'll get some more videos out for you guys. But I want to thank you guys again for tuning in. We will talk to you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Take care.